Former president of the Sierra Club. He's the author of Act Now, Apologize Later, and the host of the environmental news magazine Thin Green Line on the Outdoor Life Network. Adam Werbach. Adam. Sorry, my friend. Good to see you back here.
We started the Thin Green Line because there was no place on television where environmental stories were being told.
There's this kid. His name is Chad Pergracki. Grew up in rural America along the Mississippi River.
We're out here from sun up, sundown, picking up trash, working our tails off to make it a cleaner river. Our motto is, we came, we saw, we picked some trash.
He was sick that every time he went out fishing, he'd get stuck in garbage and muck. So he got a friend together, he got a boat, and started collecting the trash. Garbage bag by garbage bag, water heater by water heater, refrigerator by refrigerator, he began to collect more and more trash. And soon, he had a mountain full. You would never talk about someone like Chad Pergracki on the nightly news. He's just not sexy enough. But it's a story that's amazing. It's a story that's not being covered anywhere else. We wanted to tell stories that move people. Stories that made people want to get out of their chair and do something. The kids get it.
The kids get it.
Yeah, but they get one side of it, for God's sakes. That's the problem that's going on in our schools.
They get the correct side about it as compared to what you talk about, which is something...
Pat, what is the other side? Tell me.
No, the fact of the matter, global warming's a real thing. It's a very real thing. The planet's been warming, and people have probably done something to the atmosphere for the last third of a century. But it's not warming at the rate that it was predicted to way back when. It's going to continue to warm. In the last third of the century, you know, people got richer, crops, we get a record crop yield every year. It's not so clear that this is the terrible issue, but when you go to school, let me go to my kid's teacher.
You're so confident about that, while kids, like little Maria in Honduras, has to deal with flooding. Or kids in North Carolina have to deal with flooding as well.
That's not global warming, that's infrastructure. Those people are poor.
Infrastructure.
Yes,
when the weather is changing to the point where floods are racking people.
No,
more and more than we've ever seen before.
But, excuse me, we have 50 inches of rain in Honduras and 10,000 people get killed. It's a tragedy. In 1979, a tropical storm named Claudette lands in Texas and it kills 9 people. 9,991 fewer.
These statistics are fascinating. But
if predictions hold correct, which all the science says, actually, let me be clear. Every scientist except you and a handful of other people agree that basically in the next 100 years we're going to be warming about 3 degrees. And if that happens, we're going to see the spread of more infectious disease. I mean, there was an encephalitis breakout in New York City. There was mosquitoes carrying encephalitis.
The Arctic ice cap is a floating ice cap. If it melts, it does not raise sea level. And it's been melting for about 50 years.
But wait, when water melts, it expands?
No, if you get yourself a highball, okay? Put some ice in it, and leave it, and don't drink it until it melts, and you'll see.
Is this what, like, your research
does not change?
Drink more, and then you'll figure it out.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Look, children get it, actually. And one of the reasons that children get the global environment is they see everything connected. They see that other kids are just like them, and they have feelings just like them. So the kids will understand that Venezuela is important. Parents, somehow, as they get older...
Because they're not jaded yet.
Well, then maybe somehow we got to keep ourselves less jaded as we get older.
Yeah.
We wanted to tell stories that move people. Stories that made people want to get out of their chair and do something. Stories that made people look at themselves and say, what am I doing? To engage with the television, to get angry, to get sad, to cry, to write a check, to do something. Not just to sit there, but to act.
Senator Gore. Count him as a friend of the environment, for sure. I mean, Senator Gore, about Vice President Gore. It began when he was a senator and wrote his book.
It's really inspiring for me to see someone just talk about their own personal values and really spread that out. It's been inspirational to meet him.
We have a candidate. We have a candidate for president. He who would save us. I can't mention his name.
In the last federal election, 23% of young people went to vote.
Were so concerned about this. Why in the world would he be 19 points down?
Because they're convinced by people like you that nothing's wrong.
And I must be pretty good. Every year, crop yields go up and up and up and up. The the temperature's getting warmer. There's no doubt
Pat,
about it.
you're about to
The
argue that
growing
global warming
seasons
is
are
good
getting-
for us.
It very well could be.
But what?
You can't prove to me that it's
But
bad.
I can prove to you that you've taken money from the coal industry to say that.
But, Pat,
and that
That's
to
not
me,
true.
I know.
You don't take money from the Western Fuels Association?
Most of my research money is public.
But
Most of your research money. But do you take money from coal and oil companies?
Most of my research money is public. For sakes. Come on, give me a break.
Most.
okay,
That's totally irrelevant to the fact.
But
What am I doing?